today we're going to be talking about seeing in the dark and how to utilize your real eyes to realize what's actually going on in the yin realm. So, first thing first, what we are aware of when utilizing these two eyes that we have. But I'm gonna say something. It'll be good if you're watching this video to go into like a secluded area or go to a space where you're alone and close your eyes and listen, and you'll be able to actually see in the dark because that'll tap you more into having to utilize your senses and not being aware of what's consciously in front of you via people, places, and things or objects. So this will be able to program your brain and program your subconscious to be able to, be aware of what's going on behind the scenes because we know that was external, and when we created the external, that was us hopping into those shapes and forms and getting illuminated. So this is going to be taking us back to that space before we created those external shapes and forms, because at the end of the day, what we see and what's external is all an illusion. So the true space that we need to get back to is the space of nothingness. Because keep in mind, when it comes to our spirit being no thing, no shape and form, we created a mind and awareness for ourselves to represent that space, our spirit, our point of reference for the first time. So our mind will be the image, and our body, once that mind condense and become our body, that's the liking. So when trying to see from the space of nothing or see from behind the scenes, utilizing those eyes, those intuitions, before we created our external eyes and intuitions to see what we are illuminated by. This is going to tap us back into being more enlightened, being able to actually travel to that space where these seeds and these thoughts and feelings are getting derived from, and seeing all the many different faces, all the many different phases, and being able to hop into one of those trains of thoughts and line of reasonings so you can redirect that experience so it can work more into your favor instead of getting rocked to sleep by what's going on externally via people, places, and things, because somebody could be presenting something in front of you, but you don't know what's their true intentions, what's their true agenda behind it. So being able to see in the dark, being able to maneuver in the dark, maneuver in the yin realm, and see those different faces, phases, and characters and creatures that's getting derived from that space will be able to help you be able to move esoterically. So this is going to be giving you the ability to have esoteric, street smart, and book smart. So this intellect is going to be kind of help you understand better how to utilize your subconscious, your yin energies, your senses to see, touch, feel, taste, and the rest of them. But right now, we finna get rid of the seeing. So this is gonna be you closing your two eyes, and once you close your two eyes, that's gonna be you opening up your real eye, your first eye, your pineal gland. So you're gonna be more in tune and able to decipher between those stimuli. So this is what gives people that's blind. This is why they can see what's going on around them just by being more in tune with their senses. So they can hear danger from a mile away. They can sense danger from a mile away. But if you're too lost into the one, two, and third dimension, you may not be able to pick up that sense. You may still be lost into what's going on in the environment, what's taking place in the environment. So understanding this and understanding these natures, and being able to apply these qualities will give you an upper hand or leverage when it comes to interacting with people, places, and things in your environment. So keep in mind that the darkness is nothing but a collection of light. So what is light? Information, logic. So when it comes to all these colors smearing in together, that's what create darkness. But learning how to separate that darkness can take you back to a space where things is just pearly, where things are just pure, where things are more clear. So it's like you going back to that pearly space and being able to separate all the colors, all the information, all the lights, all the illusions, and being able to get to the truth of the matter. So when it comes to utilizing, your first eye by closing these two eyes, not being so consciously aware of what's going on in front of you, what's going on in the one, two, and third dimension, and actually being able to go to that lighter, less dense portion, spectrum, quantum field of the atmosphere that plays out like an atmosphere when these two atmospheres interact, but the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension, because the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension don't have any form. So moving in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension, separated from different colors, forms, frequencies, and vibrations, this gives you the ability to be shapeless and formless, and being able to move, be mutable, and adaptable and adjust within any circumstance and situation while still being able to stay on your pivot. So no one can be able to rock you to sleep. No one can be able to fool you. No one can be able to put the wool over your face, because you're going to be seeing the true natures and the character where these individuals are coming from. Even if they are presenting a character to you that they're your friend and they're just trying to play out that image in the one, two, and third dimension, but you're able to see how this spirit utilizing this mind and this body is actually moving and taking shape and form in the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension. So understanding how to see it in the dark by, secluding yourself, being more into a space where, you're just letting the universe work through you. You're just letting your thoughts and feelings work through you. You're not really clinging on too much of these things. You're not really justifying these things or trying to utilize so much logic or rationality for these things. And this can kind of help you understand where, how these things are getting the ride. And, just these things are being utilized as vehicles and vessels and spaceships to be able to travel from one distance to another distance, to be able to get from point A to point B. So, if you've been following along and you still got your eyes closed, then you will be able to kind of like maneuver in this space, operate like this, and not being so lost into things or spaceships or lights that that's presented in the one, two, and third dimension, and that'll be able to kind of help you get more grips on being able to actually see in the dark. So keep in mind that the light, what we are aware of, what becomes conscious, what becomes, from the subconscious realm, what becomes conscious, what becomes matter and material that's in front of us that plays out as an illusion in this one, two, and third dimension that we're utilizing as spirits to experience that form of information, that light. All these things smeared together is what created this hole, this darkness that we fell into as spirits. So being able to separate from all these lights and illusions and what we have fell into, being able to piece together these things and knowing how to utilize these things as will, knowing how to utilize these colors, knowing how to put an image behind this color, knowing what train of thought, line of reasoning this color kind of puts you in, this feeling, this frequency vibration puts you in, and being able to play out those natures and those characters, know how to separate and decipher those natures and those characters. This can give you a better understanding of how to actually utilize and formulate that mechanism for yourself. So, just kind of training your subconscious mind to operate in this way will give you better ability and better clarity as well. So this is going to have you being able to be a little bit more clear than other individuals that's lost into all these lights and illusions, and that just, separates them from being in a space that correlates and resonate more with their true state of being. So having this understanding and knowing that you aren't the light, you are not these things, you're just utilizing these things to experience, and your spirit is nothing, just your space and your perimeter that's observing all of these things, and your mind is the awareness that was created, the substance, and your body is the liking that plays out those natures, that personification of that deity, your your mind and the entity, your entity, your spirit. So not getting lost into these things and separating from these things can kind of help you understand how to see in the dark. And this is basically just being able to maneuver in the subconscious realm, being able to separate the rainbow waters, being able to separate and being able to, get to a space of pureness, basically. But yeah, this been Who Eli 360. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Peace.